You're watching Q News, and here are the top stories for this hour. A high-level Egyptian source has denied a phone call has happened between the Egyptian and American presidents. The source told Qnews that any phone call by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is announced according to the usual protocol with heads of state. The official source stressed that the necessary accuracy should have been verified, especially regarding a call at this level and at such a critical time for the Middle East region. Qnews has reported that 10 fuel trucks entered Gaza from Egypt today. The channel confirmed that these fuel trucks are within the 220 aid trucks with medical and food supplies that have entered Gaza through Kerem Abu Salem and Nitzana border crossings in preparation to enter the Gaza Strip. Tens of thousands of Palestinians have continued to head north to return home as part of a ceasefire deal between Hamas and Israel. Late on Monday, Gaza's Hamas authorities said more than 300,000 people had crossed into Gaza City and the northern edge of the enclave. Their return, which had been delayed over the weekend, proceeded after Hamas agreed to hand over 3 Israeli detainees this week, and Israeli forces began to withdraw from a main corridor across the enclave as part of an agreement on a ceasefire in the 15-month-long war. As Israel's ban on the UN agency that looks after Palestinian refugees is set to come into effect this Thursday, workers are packing up the UNRWA compound in occupied East Jerusalem. Israel's government has ordered UNRWA to vacate its premises and cease operations in East Jerusalem following a law passed by Parliament last year banning the agency and prohibiting Israeli authorities from engaging with it. It's unclear who will now provide these services or how the ban will impact operations in the West Bank and Gaza, where UNRWA has been the primary provider of education, health and other services. The Israeli occupation forces have detained at least 25 Palestinians from the West Bank. The Commission of Detainees and Ex-Detainees said that the detention operations were distributed across the governorates of Tulkarm, Al-Khalil, Nablus, Ramallah, Bethlehem and Jerusalem. They pointed out that the occupation rounded up dozens of local residents as it continued its military operations in the governorates of Jenin and Tulkarm. The Lebanese Health Ministry has released the final toll from recent Israeli assaults in southern Lebanon, reporting 2 fatalities and 26 injuries. The casualties were spread across several villages in the region. In Odessa, 1 person was killed and 3 others were injured. Bani Hayyan reported another death and 2 more injuries, while Borj el-Malouk had 2 people wounded. Hula saw the highest number of injuries with 9 people hurt, followed by Kafakila with 6 injured. Markaba reported 3 casualties and Yaroun had 1 person wounded. Lebanon's national news agency has said that an Israeli drone dropped a bomb near a gathering of Lebanese army personnel and citizens in the town of Yaroun. Earlier, Israeli army spokesperson Avichai Adrei informed southern Lebanon residents that all previously issued instructions remain in effect until further notice. He claimed that the Israeli army's redeployment in southern Lebanon is ongoing, with delays in some areas to prevent Hezbollah from regaining strength. And that's all the top stories for this hour. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates here on Q News.